everyone. Sorry for the delay. I was trying to get Instagram sorted and I can't get it sorted. So we are live today on Facebook and YouTube. Hi Alison, hi Sue. If one of you lovely girls could just share this in the group, that would be delightful. How is everybody today? Hi Pauline. How are you? Lovely to see you. So today I thought we'd do something a little bit different. I'm going to use, I talked about it before, a prompt book. I've actually got a new one ready to start a YouTube series, and I love a prompt book. I love working with prompts. Quite often when I do the Dawn and Julia Create over on YouTube or here on YouTube, thank you Sue, then that's husband come in and trying to help with the Instagram didn't work. Sorry guys. So basically it's because we set it up too soon and then I tried to reset it and it's not going to go. It's fine, I'll just do without tonight. Sorry, he's insistent that he's going to help. No, because, right. So what we were going to do is, no, sorry, you're throwing me. Can you just go?
Okay,
Bye.
that's fine.
Sorry. He's completely thrown me now. I'm so sorry. Hi Jennifer. Hi Sheila. Yeah, he's going to go and try and fix it over my head and it's just completely ruined my train of thought. So yeah, I think I'd mentioned to you before that I like working with prompts, and sometimes when you're stuck, it's good for sparking interest, and I actually even wrote my own prompt book. I have it all sat there ready to go and I've just never been brave enough to actually get it published. So I thought what I would do is see how you guys like it. This is a book done by Mariah Elizabeth. I'm just going to work through the first prompt today and see how we get on. Hi Lisa. Thank you Elizabeth. Thank you. Right, so now I will flip over. So one of the main reasons that I've been unsure about whether I should do this or not is obviously I'm a crafter and you all know me for crafting. And I give crafting inspiration. But because I design my own products, I'm also an artist. So I quite often use these pages to craft with, and I sometimes use them to spark ideas for my drawing. And because I wasn't quite sure how everybody would feel about that, I've just not bothered. So we're having a bit of an experiment. You can see what you think. These are available on Amazon. I will link it after. That way I can add a wee affiliate link if you don't mind, and if you fancy it we can try it. So this is book 2, and the first prompt in the book is create confetti, and it says make confetti by cutting small bits of paper or other materials and glue to this page. So I thought we would try that tonight. So in my head we have this stamp here, my surprise, and then there's this little doodle stamp here that in my head it was kind of like, you know, sometimes when you have a parcel or something people fill it with sparkles and you open it and it goes everywhere. So that was the reason for me doing that. So I thought, let's stamp him out, we'll stamp some confetti, and then I have pulled out some scraps of this paper here and we can add some chopped up confetti as well and then see how we go on. And what I love about doing prompt books and things is, so I think I'm going to pop that there because it's already stamped and coloured. For some reason this particular stamp I have the mouse part but not the box part. So yeah, we'll see how we go with that. So in this particular occasion I am going to craft it as opposed to draw. And yeah, we'll just see how you all feel. So obviously the book that I wrote, it's slightly more geared toward crafters than this one is. But yeah, let's see if I ever have the confidence to produce it on my own. The other thing about these books is these will be the same as if I was to produce a book. It would be done through Amazon, the self-publishing things. So the paper is not the best. So you can't work with the papers that we're used to. But in a way that's good because it really means you have to experiment, you have to embrace imperfection. It's not going to be perfect, but that's how you get your ideas. Oh look, we've got a little mouse there. So I'm going to actually glue that one on when we're ready. Because we're on black paper, I have pulled out these pens that we looked at a little bit. These were from B&M. £4 these cost me. I have just finished doing a review of other paint markers. Hopefully that will go on the channel this week. I filmed it before I went away, but as you may know, we are currently trying to build a website. Oh, we've had lots of late nights and early mornings, I tell you. Yes, we're currently trying to build a website because our current website providers are wanting to put the fees up and make them quite astronomical. So, yes. Right, I'm going to go for these two browns. I'm glad you're doing this because you mentioned it before and you bought it, but I haven't used it yet. Oh, which one did you buy? Because there's one, it was my daughter that got me onto these because she loves Mariah Elizabeth. And she does sort of do more kiddie crafts than, although she is an adult, she does sort of do more kiddie style crafting. But my daughter loves Mariah. Let's change the angles so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm having to put a book under the page there just so that I'm working on an even surface. You got number 2, so this is number 2. Yeah, and so I bought her one because she loves everything Mariah basically, and I bought her one and she's been working through them, and then quite often we work through them together. But I just love working from a prompt. I think sometimes when you're not sure what you want to do, and these are quite good. Now, this is me, because my beloved alcohol markers are going to seep right through this paper and ruin them, or like ruin the pages. So I'm going with acrylic markers, which is not my usual medium of choice. So this is going to be me absolutely having to try and experiment here. If I did want to use alcohol markers, what I would do is I would sort of stamp it out on another bit of paper like I have there and glue it in, but I didn't have a full one of this one stamped and coloured, so we're stamping and colouring with acrylic paint markers. I think what I will do is give this depth of colour with pencils. Once we'll get a first layer of acrylic down and then we will build up. There's a number 3 now, yeah, so the number 3 I think I'm going to turn into a YouTube seed. I'm still a bit dubious because, yeah, I just think the normal people that watch these videos aren't used to people crafting in them. They're used to artists drawing in them. And I'm not sure whether it'll be a crafter's thing and whether I will put everybody off. So I'm still a bit nervous about them, but I love them. So I'm experimenting on you guys because you're my friends and you tend to accept me for the way I am and what I do. And yeah, we'll see how we get on. And then we'll see if it'll ever be worth me pressing the publish button. It's all written. I had it written to release it 2 years ago. I even had it in a magazine article. My idea for writing the book and for doing it was that you experimented in here and I pushed you outside your comfort zone in your safe space in this book that nobody needs to see. And then you can transfer these ideas into your cards and your journal pages and stuff like that. So it's kind of like, it gives you the prompt to get you doing something new and maybe find a technique that you love that you wouldn't have tried otherwise. And then you can apply that to the more traditional crafts that we're used to. That was my plan for it anyway. Right, so I'm just going to check to see. So yeah, oh hang on, let me go over. So it's not particularly, you can see how thin that paper is, but the acrylic markers aren't particularly going through it, which is good. What colour ribbon? I think I'm going to go for a yellowishy ribbon to match these. So I'll put this down here. As I say, I think it's okay that the texture's not as good as the coloured in as nice as the mice. Just purely in the cardboard has a very different texture anyway. And cardboard does look a bit rough in comparison to other things, but we will try and sort of neaten it up a little bit by using some pencils. What's everyone been up to? I'm still a bit discombobulated. I always use that word because we came back off holiday and I'm still on holiday mode. And I've also not been able to sort of get into crafting or anything because I'm busy trying to build a new website. Hoping I get it done before they shut us down on the other one. but I have a feeling that might not happen. But we'll muddle on through together. Right. I'm going to get a little bit more pencil detail on that because you know me, I like things multi-tonal, and it's just not multi-tonal enough for me at this moment in time. The other thing is I was doing a massive stock take today, and I've realised how many MDF kits I have. I have loads of MDF kits in the shop and I don't think I use them very often. So I'm thinking, these aren't the pencils I wanted, sorry. I'm thinking that maybe we should do an MDF project on a live. Oh. The thing is with an MDF project, it needs to go over 2 or 3 weeks. You've been on holiday, first day back at work after 2 weeks off. Oh, I feel your pain. How did you get on? Was it okay? Let's get a few different shades of brown. So again, if you have watched the video on colouring, I talk about pencils and filling the tooth, and so I'm used to being able to use multiple coloured pencils on the paper that I normally use because it has a good tooth. This will not have this tooth because it's a cheap printer paper, so we're not going to get the same blend as we would using a better quality of paper. And this is what I mean about these books. It's like there is no way I am going to be able to get this to look how I would normally get it to look. I'm going to have to make do with okay. But sometimes that takes the pressure off. Sometimes we're so focused on getting everything perfect and having everything, you know, perfect, that we become so focused on that we forget to have fun, and we forget to just sort of find the positives in our work. And so I think working with something like this where you just know the best artist in the world is not going to get a professional result on this because it's not the right paper for it. So you just have to do what you can with it and make the most of it. But it teaches you to get over yourself a little bit and not be as bothered by making things perfect. I'm just putting this back too, and I quite like that about it. See, this is me trying to get a third colour in there. It's quite ambitious, to be honest, but it's not really happening. Wasn't too bad. You were eased in nice and gently. Excellent. Just gonna see if I can almost do some cross hatching here to build up the shadows a little bit. I can't blend on it anymore. We have reached maximum tooth capacity, but maybe I can just do a little bit of cross hatching in some of the areas just to create a bit of texture. All the things that I normally like to do, like shadowing with my watercolours, I'm not going to be able to do that if I work directly in the book. If I did want to work with something different, then I would maybe, as I say, do it on another page first. Hello Michelle, how are you, my lovely? I'm just going to add a touch of the brighter paint pen down here, and then we can see if we can get a little bit of a blend with our pencils. Oh, I just dropped something on the floor. Sorry for the clash. I will see. Okay, I've just realised I don't have my bright light on. Should I turn that on? Actually, it's always a bit funny on this angle. Yep, that's not showing up at all. So we'll leave as is. See, normally that would really bother me. Normally the blend on that would just really, really bother me. But yeah, we're embracing it today. We're making the most of it. Right. Where's my glue? There it is. Slow and steady. It was lovely, thank you. It was one of those ones that, because normally after a week I'm alright, it was one of those ones that we came home and none of us were ready to come home. I'm going to pop him there, and then I would quite like, should maybe have him further down. We've also got, let me see, the stamp set that came in has little heart raindrops as well, which is almost like these shapes here. So yeah, we could do that. Okay. Try to decide where to put them on the page. Right, I'm just gonna ground this a little. Just so it makes a bit more sense and it doesn't look like he's just randomly floating. Like so. And then I'm going to bring the darker grey in now and just try and merge them together a little bit. Yeah. Okay, I need to decide where I'm sticking this because we're going to have to do some masking, I think, for both of these. Please tell me I've got a mask. Yes, I do. I've got a mask for both of these. This is one of your favourites. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to make sure that they look even. So let's put, I want to put them in a bit of a jaunty angle as well. Okay. Right, I'm going to get some masks out so that we can stamp out a little bit of confetti, and then we will add some paper confetti as well. Right, so this one has just been, I've just done that with a post-it note. And then this one here has been done with a piece of paper and with some repositionable glue. Okay, so that one's not wanting to stick. It's fine, it'll be all right. Right, let's start off with this little one. You're awful quiet in the chats. How are we? How is everybody? So I'm going to use some of these little raindrops. If you had the patience, because it says cut out tiny bits of paper, is you could, just embracing imperfection there, because I've just put a big black mark about there, which is delightful. I kind of want it to sort of almost be swirling around the page a little bit. Right, I'm going to have to switch to white. Need a spare bit of card. Let's just get rid of that. You're just wondering what pens I am using. These are acrylic markers that I picked up at B&M for £4. These ones here. I have been testing the Artex and a Hoo-Hoo, and I've got a video coming on them. But yeah, I'm just using some paint pens for a change. I am really out of my comfort zone. I can't believe I'm doing this live. I've like ummed and ahed about this so much. I'm wondering whether this is at all what people want to see, and then I risk doing it all on a live. That's just slightly insane. I'm just clearly mad. I kind of want to marry these 2 pages up. Right. So we've got that, and then I'm going to use my little confetti stamp as well. And then we need to actually follow the prompt and get some paper confetti on here as well. But as soon as I saw the prompt confetti, I just thought of this little stamp, because this was my idea for it, that he kind of came springing out the box and all these sparkly bits went everywhere. Right. And we'll do some black over here. So we have the confetti this side as well. I kind of need to bring this down this way a little bit. Maybe I have to do this more with paper. I want to sort of like make it look like it's swirling across the 2 pages, but I think we're going to need to wait till we're at the paper stage for that to fully make sense. Right, I'll take these off, and I'm going to colour in those little hearts and drops. It's getting there. I'm not sure that I'm 100% happy yet, but you know, I very rarely am. Right, let's get some, I'm trying to think, where's my papers? Where's my papers gone? We'll try and get some colours that match up with these papers. I think could be a good start. So we need a pale blue. It's actually more greeny blue, but we'll see how we go. We need a pale pink. I've got a yellow there. And a pale green, if I can find one. Sorry, I'm not even in shot. That's terrible. Just trying to find the right colours that match this paper, because that's where we're going to get our confetti from in a moment. Oops. You need to make some masks. Do you know, I used to be so good that when I first got a stamp set, the first thing I did was make masks and then have them sat. So like these are kind of sat on my stamp sets like that. I used to do that all the time with all my stamp sets, and I've really got out of the way of it. But I do miss that because it is very useful for when you're trying to, you know, you just want to quickly mask something. You're going to be using masks in your tutorial this week. Excellent. Oh, yes. Oh, Lisa, I'm so excited about that one. Lisa made grapes out of the orangery collection. And honestly, it's so cool. So I was like, please, Lisa, can you? I'm just going to change the camera again. I was like, please can you do me a tutorial? Because, oh, they're ace. Now, in my colouring video, I discussed using various pressures so that you can shade properly. I'm not bothering here. I'm going straight in with full pressure, mostly because, as I just said, this paper is not going to take multiple mediums. But the idea of a prompt, or a prompt book, or even an art journal in general, is that it prompts and gives you an idea. You can then take this away and turn it into a card or something else. But it's like a rough sketch of an idea, really. And then quite often I would, as I said, sometimes maybe do a drawing. I would draw some of the prompts as well. So a lot of artists sort of use this and sort of create their own characters and various things. going to bring that orange in as well, because otherwise all the hearts are going to be pink. But right now I'm just having a little bit of a chillaxing time, randomly colouring, and as I said, I'm not feeling the need to make it perfect. So that takes all the pressure, because we're never going to make this perfect. So we take the pressure away from ourselves, which is marvellous. And see how we get on this side, because we're not going to get the same. Do you know what I actually might do? Let's try this, see if it works. I'm going to get the white paint pen and colour in the doodles with the white paint pen first. And then we might be able to get a bit of colour with our pencils on it, because the black isn't really showing up. Possibly if we'd used a metallic one, but then that probably still wouldn't have shown up on the other page. So we'll try this and see if this works. Just singing away to myself now. Thank you. Hang on. You loved... Oh, hang on. Right, wait a minute. Sorry, I'm going to have to scroll back. I've suddenly looked up and you've all been chatting, which is marvellous, because that's what I was wanting. Right. Okay. I loved using the prompts during Mermaid. It helps. Yeah, when your mojo's gone off somewhere. Absolutely agree. So this is exactly what I mean. This is why I like this, and it's also why I really wanted to do a book. Because I love using prompts. Like, I'm currently following some of the catnip prompts for drawing, and sometimes it just gets you thinking outside. Like, I drew a little turtle floating on a balloon. I probably wouldn't have come up with that on my own, but given a bit of a prompt, it can lead you to do something that you would never have created otherwise, and that's why I like them. But because it's maybe pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, it's good to do it in a way that there's no pressure to make something perfect, which is why I love these books. Make sure I'm actually in camera. Right, let's hope this has worked and will allow us to lay our pencils over it. Hopefully it should. Just thrown one of them on the floor. That's a great thing to do with a Prismacolor pencil. Broken lead right there. I like to draw a sketch and follow it to do your card making. Excellent. I always admire people that can do that. I always find that I get tied up with that sketch. But it's fab. And thank you for sharing your sketch with us the other week. That was great. It will be something that we'll look into further. I plan on sort of doing some sort of masterclass on composition and why certain layouts and sketches really work for you and why others don't. And a lot of that is to do with composition. So I'm getting a little bit of a contrast. The colour's showing up better with this little bit of white than had I not bothered. So that's good. That's something at least. Oops. Losing the ability to talk. Also just totally scribbled outside the lines there. But hey, we're embracing imperfection, so that's fine. It's fine that I made a complete mess of it. Shh, don't tell anyone. You're welcome, Sue. Trying to make sure that I move the book so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Not just randomly doing my own thing. Got into colour zone now. I hope it's not too boring watching me colour. I always worry about that because it just takes so long. Yeah, so I'm thinking that possibly for some lives we could look at some of the MDF kits. But as I said, it's just that would probably be at least a 2-week live because we'd have to sort of prep it and colour it and paint it 1 week and then decorate it all up the next week. But I'd forgotten what lovely kits I have in stock until I was doing a stock take today. Literally did a stock take of the whole shop. It was exhausting. But it's done now. And then once I've finished here, I'm going to be doing product photography. They are fun. I think they're a good way of dipping your toe in the water. I've not actually compared these to the, wait till I show you the, so the video, it's all filmed. I just need to write a script and edit it all together. I say just, that could take ages. Well, look, let me show you. That's the Artes. Oh, that's the Artes ones. Look at all those colours. So yeah, I'm having to learn how to use them because it's a very different style of colouring. I'm used to being able to blend out, and you can't really blend out with these pens. You kind of have to go for a more graphic look where you've got the shadowing in place, but you have a harsh line, which is something I'm not used to. But it is fun trying to learn a little different medium. Right, I'm just going to add a little bit of colour to his eyes. And then I think we'll maybe add green to this one because it just sort of ties them in with the background a little bit. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'm trying to, I think I want, because it's, if it's swirling, it'll go around and down and back up. So I don't know whether I maybe want another one of those just here. Where did my white? It's beside me. Sorry, lost the ability to talk again. You love the shading on the box. Thank you, Pauline. That we've just done a little bit of scribbling with pencil. So this is teaching me, because I can spend hours and hours blending out colour and all of this sort of stuff, and I am quite particular about it. So working with markers that physically cannot do that, and on paper that won't allow me to blend with my pencils, is really making me having to just sort of sit back and go, do you know what, actually I've created shadow, I've created depth, and it's fine as is. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, let's get some paper. So I'm going to use some scissors and just create a few little shapes. And then I've got my crocodile to punch out a load of circles. I just need tiny little strips. I'm trying to find some that's got a different colourways in it. Right, there we go. Get me scissors. Oh look, this has actually got little raindrops. I can stick those in, seeing as they're there. Do that first. May as well make use of these raindrops, seeing as we've got them all over the place. I could have a big one just sort of on his umbrella there. Just realised I don't have this light on. Oops. Better. Oh, you can tell I'm out of practice. Hello, Sheila. Hi, Jennifer. So I'm going to have one over here. The rest of it won't be as, because this is me fussy cutting the next, they were just chopping shapes after that, so we'll not be quite as fussy about it. We could have a big one over here somewhere, maybe up there. Do, do, do. To get them cut down, stuck down. I'm trying to see what's happened with my messages because I'm seeing all the ones that came in at the beginning. You so need to craft. Have you not been getting much crafting done, Michelle? Right, I've got some little rainbow bits here. Let's get some of those in. So I'm just literally gonna chop different shapes. Let's not overthink it. She says overthinking it. No, I'm just trying to get it in little squares. Okay. Put some more over here because this is kind of where I feel that we're going to see it the most. Sorry. I'm not sure if this is really boring. I feel like I'm just faffing. Hal's always tells me off for that. He says, stop telling people you're faffing. It's going to put everybody off. So I'm sorry, Fez. And then we need to put some up here. And then that needs to swirl around onto here for my page to work in my head. Come on, turn yourselves around. I might outline them with black pen once we're sorted. You're not faffing, Treasure, thank you. Oh, you've not done any crafting at all? Oh yeah, it does get to that stage where you just need it, don't you? Right, let's get some more pink. I'll stick these down and then I'm thinking that we get some little circles from using the crocodile. Great way of using up your scraps. Oh, we should have it swirling into this confetti here so that it's all part of it becomes part of the prompt. Some different colours again now. Also going to put a piece right there to cover over my big black mark. I might do some swirl doodles just to sort of show the swirl that I'm trying to create, because in my head this is a big swirl of confetti, but it's not quite translated in reality. So we may have to resolve that. And then a few more down here. And I'll stick that down. I'll draw my little swirls and then I'll see how I feel. And I like to keep the prompt as well, because it's nice to see the starting point and what kicked off the idea. So for example, this is in a prompt book right now, but then you might think, oh, that was quite fun. And how many times are we left you know, you've crafted a project and you've ended up with scraps like that on your desk, you know, that could just get thrown in the bin because you maybe feel that they're too small to do something with, but you chop them into little bits like that and suddenly you've got confetti on a page. So this is why things like this are a good idea, because it might not be in the moment, but then a bit later you're like, oh, that technique I did, that would work for using up this. And so that's why I quite like doing stuff like this. I'm just finishing off my swirl. It needs to come up here as well. Oops. That never got stuck down. Wait till we're trying to stick all this down. I need some more pink. Just checking the comments. You're all very quiet tonight. What's everyone have for dinner? Let's get the chat going. What have y'all had for your tea? We had Mexican wraps. It's nice trying to watch while trying to rest after a 3-hour meeting. Oh, accountancy. I don't know how you do accountancy. Honestly, my head hurts with stuff like that. Not very good with the business side of my business. I'm fine with this part, but business side of it, not so much. I think that's quite cool. I think the time I've drawn some little swirls in and got a few sausage butties. Fab. Right, let's get these in. I'm just going to be going round now and sticking all of these down. Don't mind me. I'm trying to remember to talk at the same time. That sometimes proves somewhat difficult. So here we've got a combination of what the prompt said, and we've created some of the confetti with scraps of paper, and we have created some of it with our stamps. It's quite an interesting look. Rest of slow cooked beef joint and chips. Oh, that sounds good. Now I'm a bit jealous. Doing wages today and pensions. Oh, well done you. You're too busy watching. Oh, chicken teriyaki. Oh, I love a chicken teriyaki. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Had a sandwich. What was in your sandwich, Rianne? Anything nice? Oh, I've just gone and moved that bit. I was hiding a big black blob. I'm going to need to do another bit now. I need my big black blob hidden. Thank you very much. There we go. I'll do. Right, you guys are stuck down, are you? Yep. Okay. See, this is why possibly doing this on a video may have been a better idea, because all of this painfully sticking tiny bits of paper down, it would have been sped up. I'm just hoping that I'm showing you something slightly different today. Sometimes I'm a bit worried that I do the same thing every week and it gets a bit boring. So working with a prompt is definitely a way of not making it boring. So I won't do these every week as a live. I'm going to go and do the Create This Book 3 as a series on my channel. And then I might use this book to do the occasional live. We'll see. It depends on what you all think of it. Are you enjoying it? Or is it just really not your thing? If it's not your thing, just say. I would rather you just say, and then I know not to do it again. Or if you're finding it interesting, then I will do it again. If you know what I mean? Get what I mean? Just realised there's not a huge amount of the paper bits on this side. I don't quite know what happened there. Don't think it really needs it, to be honest. What was the best place I visited on my holiday last week? Oh, I don't know. We went to Beamish, which was amazing, but poor Kezzy, I couldn't keep up, so We got about, we saw a little bit of it. She managed till about lunchtime, and then I had to take her back to the car while she had to sleep, and everyone else carried on round. So I missed quite a bit of that. But I had seen it when I was a child. So there was a stunning waterfall near where we stayed. So I was kind of, because we were on holiday with friends, my husband and I tend to wake up quite early, especially when we're on holiday. We were just waking up really early. And so, but the rest were all sort of staying in their beds that bit later, unless we were going out and doing something. So quite often hubby and I would actually get up early and go for a walk in the morning, and there was absolutely stunning waterfall near where we stayed. It was just framed beautifully, so going for a walk along there was fabulous. Thank you, Pauline. Right, I think what I want to do now is let's try and sort of turn this. Beamish in County Durham. Is it County Durham? It's kind of near Newcastle area. I'm not very good with my geography. I'm just going to sort of draw some sort of swirl. I don't know if this will tie it together or just wreck it. We're about to find out. I'm going to get some different colours and just sort of draw in a bit of a swirl. I might also colour in her confetti with my paint pens or something, just to block out that black a little bit. It's kind of like a museum, a sort of living museum, village and stuff. Old fairground and old sweetie shop, different things like that. So it's like a big bluster of a big sort of wind swirl of confetti. I think that's what's in my head. I'm not sure if it's, I think it's, is the swirl working or does it just look random? Too late now. You've been there a couple of times. Great place. You can go to the bank and change money. That's brilliant. A rainbow swirl. You live half an hour from there. Oh, that's bliss. Because they actually do the tickets so that it's not a day pass, it's a year pass. So I have said to my daughter, although it is quite a long way from us, my in-laws live in Perthshire. So we're kind of like, it's only like 3.5, 4 hours away from their house. So maybe sometime when we're at their house, we can sort of maybe take one night away and go again, because poor thing didn't get to see much of it, which was a bit sad. But yeah, it was good. Old-fashioned sweet shop. On the bus, so you might be able to tell me, Dominique, on the bus that was driving around, I love the fact you have to catch the bus to go, there was an advert for an art shop. And I was like, oh cool, there's an old-fashioned art shop here. And then when I actually went to try and look for it in the village and things, I didn't see one. So is there an old-fashioned art shop there? Or is it that, or is it just a random advert on the bus of the time? How old is she now? She's 12. We just went today to go and get jumpers for high school. It's just that she still has health problems. We're at hospital again tomorrow. So, yeah. Her energy levels at the minute are not that of a normal 12-year-old, unfortunately. But we're managing. And she had the best time because we were with a friend. We have friends in Grantham. And the girls are really good friends. But obviously we're at opposite ends of the country, so don't see each other very often. So the girls just had the blast being together, and they're both only children as well, so it was oh, thank you, Dominique. So it was really nice. They loved it. Right, so I think that kind of gives the idea of a swirl. I'm actually going to come in with my black marker and my white gel pen, and we'll maybe do some dots and sparkles of these colours just to try and get it going. Yay, thank you, Rianne. It's like, I think they have a good idea what the problem is, but they've still not been able to take blood tests, so that's the main issue at the minute. So we'll see how things go at the hospital tomorrow. See if she manages it. So I'm going to get a black pen. Thank you, Caroline. Okay, this isn't gonna, I don't know why I'm bothering to do that on the black page because it's really not going to show up. But I'm going to try and just sort of do a little swirl with the black pen as well, just to kind of emphasize what's going on. And then I'll need a white pen for the other side. That's not going to work. Let's use our white pen from here. See if I can get a faint enough line. Actually, I could use the hoo-hoo ones because they've got a fine nib on it, but anyway. It's alright, isn't it? It's doing alright. Right, I'm going to colour in some of these ones that Mariah's put in. I'm going to make them sort of block them out a little bit so that they match a little bit better. And then what I might do is black line round the ones I've put in so they all sort of blend together a little bit. Do we have a pale blue? Fabulous, you need to copy. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Right, let's get my black pen. I'm just going to sort of scribble around these a little bit, just to sort of emphasise them. And then I think I'm going to do some dots. Just feel like confetti is almost a little bit lost on the page. You know me, I'm a doodling and my need for a black outline for everything, so here we go again. Very scribbly and messy. Thank you, Sue. So what would be interesting now is for me to make a card or a journal page or something inspired by that. That might be another video or something. We could do a whole load and then work out how we'll turn it into a traditional craft project. Right, I'm also going to use some of these markers, and I'm just going to, because I almost want it to be sparkling out. So I'm just going to take some colours that are similar. Still sort of building up. So we've got a confetti style look with our stamps, then with our actual cutout confetti, and now we are just adding some dots with paint pen as well. It's relaxing watching me colour. Thank you, Jennifer. Just making this very scribbly and messy. I'm actually just going to bring this, because I made a swirl there, but I'm going to actually bring the pencil colour down there as well. I think once we put the pencil colour in it, to be honest, like looking at it here in front of me, it looks a little bit messy, but seeing it overall, when I look up and see it overall, it kind of works, I think. So I'm going to add a few dots. And then I might get my thinner gel pens out so we can actually draw sort of like sparkle shapes. And then we've almost created like a little sparkly confetti rainbow swirl thing. You're cancelling everything from next Monday. You need me time to craft. Absolutely. I hope you have a lovely crafty time after next Monday and are able to get the relaxation that you need from it. Right, let's get some pink on here. So I have made confetti using paper, but I've also used multiple other techniques to build up build up the confetti too. All good. I'm just trying to make the swirl look a bit more sparkly. Do, do, do. Let's put some around the box as well, because he's got a whole lot of confetti just come out as he opened, as his little surprise box got opened. It's interesting seeing how the mediums work differently on the black and white pages as well. That's quite fun for future reference. It's almost like a swatch thing, you can kind of see how things work. Right, I've got some, did I bring them back down? Because I did take gel pens on holiday with me. I think they might still be at the house, so let's see what colours we've got. I do still have some, but they weren't quite the colours I was thinking of, but never mind. We shall manage with what we have. So that's all we can do. Right. What is... Just kind of wanting to draw a few sort of little star sparkles in amongst it all. I will hold this up closer to the camera. Now, should I attempt a doodly border, or shall I leave as is? I quite like it as is, to be honest. I think it makes the swirl feel really free. But then there's that part of me that just like is like doodly border. Ooh, that was a bright pink. Wasn't quite expecting that. That's why you should test your products before sticking it on the page. Thank you, Michelle. Michelle says we should leave as is. Cascade, no border. Okay. The consensus is no border. Just going to add some more spark. I'm just faffing now. I think we're pretty much finished. I've got this sparkle pen from, what's it, Spectrum R. I'm actually going to go over the paper confetti with that for a bit of extra sparkle. And it also just, it might look nice on the black as well if I just put a few dots in various places. Don't know if this even shows up. Sorry guys if it doesn't. Add a few little dots of that about as well, just because I can. Oh, those are paper ones down here. I will do the TV shimmer in a minute so that you can see the sparkle on the page, because right now you can't actually see it at all. But there you go. Okay. I think I'm going to call that a day. 9 o'clock, bang on the dot. Just trying to move the devastation aside. And you can let me know if you would like to see more of prompt books, if you would like me to release mine. But yeah, there we go. So that is today's video. So this is using the Mariah Elizabeth Create This Book 2, very first prompt of the book Create Confetti. So yeah, these books can be useful for crafters as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will be back next week. Yes, I am still here in Inverness next week. So I will see you next week. And possibly we might do an MDF project. I will have a look. Thank you. I'm glad you all enjoyed, and I will see you guys very, very soon.